Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to... Oh, I missed my microphone. Production value at all-time highs. We're scrambled around last minute here. We've got some cool stuff to announce soon. But for today, we're back for Starladder China, day number 4. Day number 4 of 7 for the group stage. Once the group stage concludes, we move on to a 4-team single elimination bracket. Only 2 of those teams will go to Kiev. I'm LDF Beyond the Summit. I have the pleasure to be joined here today by my good friend, Mr. Winter. Winter, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. So we'll take a very quick look at our group standings here. After 3 days of play, every team has played 3 games, and we've got 2 teams at the top. IG and DK, both 3-0. DK has taken care of business against some of the better teams. They beat Vici Gaming, and I'm trying to remember, was it LGD? I believe it was LGD as well. So they've beaten 2 of the bigger names in the group, along with CIS. IG... I think they still have some of those teams to go, and we'll be seeing some of them today. So right now, IG, DK at the top, Newbee, LGD. If the playoffs began today, then Newbee would make the cut just barely, and one of these 1 and 2 teams would. But of course, more action before that. So moving on to our schedule, just so everyone has an idea of what's coming your way, we have CIS versus Newbee. That's coming up right now as the draft is getting underway. And following that, we'll have DT versus Vici Gaming. LGD versus IG, that's a really big match. And then DK versus Tongfu Wangzhou. So, Winter, we've got quite a list of exciting games today.
Yeah, and every game is best of 1. Best of 1 means anything can happen.
Yeah, maybe it comes down to who gets which side, perhaps, even in some games. So, level 1 Roche attempts, always a possibility. But we'll just have to wait and see what the teams look to do.
I don't think I've ever seen level 1 Roshan from a Chinese team.
Well,
ever.
it's mostly because they always check. You know, they're very good about checking. I will give them that.
And you can't pick a lineup that's too obvious.
Yeah, it's like if you see like a team just picking up like Enigma and Luna, Dazzle right away, then you start getting real suspicious along with the Prophet.
Rift King and Ursa.
Well, yeah, that's like super obvious. So it's CIS versus Newbee. 2 and these are their all-time stats. Whoops, let me just see tournament only. Yeah. All-time record for CIS. They're 0-3 in Starladder. This is hurting their all-time record. Newbee are 2-1. So for Newbee, this is like a take care of business kind of game. But yeah, with that being said, it's time, Winter. Let's hop ourselves inside the draft. Walk me through what you're seeing so far.
Newbee is opting to go for really aggressive like Batrider and Storm, which means they can pick off. These 2 heroes are really good against especially Sniper. If CIS wants to go for their Sniper, that could be really dangerous for him to encounter against the Bat and the Storm. But so far, they are going to choose Lifestealer as their core. Lifestealer is not that bad against Storm, but he's pretty weak against Batrider. He needs his team to help him out.
Yeah, I feel like the Sniper is really not an option against these heroes. If he ever gets hooked, like he's just dead, especially if the Lifestealer's there. Well, it'd be very risky, and they've already gone Storm on Newbee. Sorry, I'm getting the teams mixed up here. Yeah, Batrider and Storm. I mean, regardless of which team a Sniper was on, he would have a bad time this game, but especially versus Storm and Batrider.
Yeah, and I don't think CIS is going to go for that, for sure, after seeing that the Storm and Batrider.
And that's where, like, they've had the kind of a creative start with some unusual picks and surprised a few teams, but Winter, now they've got to show they can beat teams more in, like, a straight-up kind of draft. If they do draft the Sniper or what have you, nobody is going to be the slightest bit surprised by it. So they're going to have to like actually just outplay their opponents, not just rely on surprising them with some clever picks. One thing I also want to mention, we're not going to see the Io Mirana. It seems that, well, it's been banned here, so at long last we get to see him on something different. And I'm curious to see how well he can do.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he's going to be playing the Rubik this time around. He's the richer support. Maybe the AA, actually, I'm not sure. AA works well with a lot of farm as well, but I think I would give Rubik more farm if I have AA and Rubik, since Rubik would need the dagger to do his thing.
Yeah, if he doesn't have a dagger, he's still a decent counter initiator for the Bat, but the Storm can really punish him. Just zip through him, and as you do, you pull him. There's just no way to stop that initiation if he does it right. So he'll have his work cut out for him this game.
But the thing is, he has so many good spells to steal. He can use the Bane ultimate against the Storm if he manages to steal it, and it's pretty easy to get it as long as you don't get caught yourself.
Yeah, well, see if he's able to. There's a lot of good spells to steal. You mentioned the Lasso, there's the Fiend Script. Alk Stun is a big one. No melds to steal this game, though, so we're not going to see a repeat of that. Who was playing the...
FY.
FY, it was FY, that's right. I was thinking, for some reason I was thinking Lamb, but that is not right. Yeah, FY had a magnificent game, and we'll see if this Rubik can deliver even anything close. Lycan gets banned here, not in the first stage, but in the second. Little surprising, but you do look at some of these heroes, and they're pretty good at controlling a Lycan. Bat, Storm, and Clockwork, all quite good for dealing with it. And Ancient Apparition, still good at countering the push, I suppose. So the Lycan maybe not worth that first pick, given how the team started their draft.
Yeah, Lycan could sometimes be very risky if he gets controlled too much in the fights, or either he gets picked off too easily when he's trying to split push. So this game we won't be seeing any Lycans. Both teams don't feel comfortable picking it. But at the moment, I think I really like the way Newbee's draft is coming to shape. They have really aggressive heroes at the start if they want to be moving around the map and taking a lot of kills. Oh, CIS is actually going for the very greedy Shadow Fiend. I think the Shadow Fiend might have to be very safe in the early phase because their heroes can really kill him very easily.
It's cloudy with a high chance of feed for the Shadow Fiend Winter. I feel like, although he can do quite well in the lanes, it's really in the mid game where he could struggle a lot. And
yeah.
Look at these supports too. Bane Alchemist. That is just a recipe for death and destruction. Do they want to consider like not putting him mid? Maybe you just want to put Lifestealer there and give Shadow Fiend the safe lane. I guess Newbee could respond by like tri-laning, but I just don't see him having a good time mid with all these roaming ganks that I expect Newbee to be running.
Yeah, the thing is if they do Ancient Apparition and Lifestealer middle, the dual lane middle, and Rubik and SF on the safe lane and Clockwork off lane, Newbee can just respond with a Gyrocopter tri-lane, which is going to render your Shadow Fiend. It's going to hinder the Shadow Fiend a lot of farm in the lane as well because they can kill him so easily. And what do you do then? You can't really... If you rotate the A back to top, and then it'll be either Storm or Bat Rider versus the Lifestealer middle. It's not a very good... Maybe the Bat Rider is not too bad for the Lifestealer, but Storm versus Lifestealer, he's going to have a hard time.
Now, the one other thing they can do is just anticipate the gank, and maybe we see Rioli kind of hang out near mid, like in the trees over here, or sometimes you even see players just hide like up on this cliff.
I would prefer Earthshaker for that job, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But I guess it's better than nothing. Or is it? I guess maybe they'll kill him anyway, even if the Rubik's there.
I think as long as he gets sleep or Vortex, he's just dead.
Yeah. Unless somehow the Rubik manages to like lift the Alk so he stuns himself, then he could probably live. But that's very unlikely.
Yeah, it will come down to his positioning, and I feel that as long as the Clockwork scouts things out and he doesn't see the two supports doing anything in the jungle, the Shadow Fiend should just get out.
Well, that's a very ineffective ward. Banana just saw him play. It's like, well, that's not going to work. So, Clockwork, he won't care too much about blocking this camp, though. He can just go in and block the creeps into the trees anyway, so... Not the biggest deal, but he gets dewarded off the bat. Well, before we talk more about the match, let's introduce our teams. I will start with the Young Guns, and Demon's not too happy with the alt chat about that quick deward. But we've got Roly on the support Rubik. June going to be playing the Lifestealer, known for his love of the Rapier. Io on the Ancient Apparition. In the mid lane, it's Inflame, who's got a very hard game ahead of him as the Shadow Fiend. And Demons will be your offlaner playing the Clockwork.
And on the Radiant side, we have Newbee King J on support Alchemist, and we have Banana as his supporting partner, playing the Bane. Shell 8 will be on the offlane with his Bat Rider. Mu will be handling Storm solo mid, and lastly we have the carry Gyro, played by Hao. They're actually going to do a duel in middle?
Ancient Apparition, maybe just for the first few levels to help him get these souls. That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. Chilling Touch for souls.
Who cares about Enfeeble? You've got Chilling Touch, but they might just kill Io. Nah, not at level 1, but they can definitely dual lane this. It's just going to be... I feel it's going to be hard to shut him down.
Enfeeble versus Chilling Touch, which one will prevail?
Well, let's do the math here. Chilling Touch, 50 plus damage, Enfeeble minus 30. So Shadow Fiend definitely comes out on top for this one.
Yeah, if you look at the trade so far, I think both teams are very, like, CIS wants to protect the Shadow Fiend and Newbee just wants to make sure the first two waves Shadow Fiend doesn't get a good start. Because if he gets a good start in the first two waves, Storm will have a hard time.
Yeah, Shadow Fiend can definitely beat Storm in the lane with even a decent start. He just has such an easy time flash farming, but that's where we could see this Alchemist of King J also roam in towards mid. And Well, with the camp not being blocked, and there's no observer ward bottom, actually, they're just not going to have any vision of any ganks if the Alchemist does leave.
They might be able to scout it with a rocket flare, but he needs to time it as soon as he sees that there's no one pulling creeps and etc. He needs to know that the Alchemist is
Oh, Xiao he's diving for a first blood and roll. He doesn't have boots, but I don't think he can get this kill. Now he gets open wounds, and June will just retreat.
He's actually doing a lot of harass onto the lifestealer in the first few waves. This is his second time using the Firefly to try and disrupt the lifestealer's farm.
You know, Winter, I would say Xiao has been he was a little bit disappointing in the last game, so I do have my eyes on him to see if he can step up here in the offlane and deliver on his history. Historically, Xiao been one of the most stable and solid offlaners in China. If you go back even to TI2, his offlane profit like won them so many crucial games when they had that 14-0 run. He'd get a mech by like 6-7 minutes. It is a different metagame nowadays, but I'm curious to see if he can kind of get back to where he used to be in the offlane.
Yeah, it probably takes time because he's been rotating his roles a lot previously into the support, into solo mid.
And there's a smoke gank now. Banana, double damage rune online.
The AA needs to prevent the gang on the Shadow Fiend.
He's got to reveal the smoke. You'd like him to be a little bit closer. Oh,
he's
no.
gonna do it.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Just needs to run away now. Banana, a little bit faster than the ancient apparition, though. He's got 20 move speed on him. Trying to find him. Io could go down here. Oh, I don't think they can get him now. Too far.
It was still a really good play by Io. He knows that the supports are missing and he's at the right position to reveal the smoke.
And that's key with the Shadow Fiend mid. He's already 12-6, and they can start just stacking the jungle for him. Even the Ancient Apparition could do it. Shadow Fiend doesn't even have to leave the lane, and then both of them can get the experience, and he can get the farm.
He can actually start to stack up for the Shadow Fiend already, because like once the smoke gang failed, he's not needed. The A is not needed to be there to reveal the smoke anymore, so he can just do his thing.
And it would be very risky for Newbee to go again, because if they fail another smoke gank, then their supports would be horribly behind. I mean, already this Alk's only level 1, so they're already a bit behind.
Yeah, and the trade-off of the off lanes, I think it's almost fairly similar, but the Clock has 4 more CS than the Bat Rider.
Xiao level 4, Demons, yeah, both dead even in terms of experience, so you're right there, Winter.
He's gonna start stacking the A.
I like this a lot, and with Chilling Touch, he's gonna get a double stack off. Very nice.
Well,
or not Chilling Touch, Ice Vortex. That is really impressive.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
Yeah, I mean, you'll see like some Wisp players will use the spirits to draw aggro, but I didn't.
Or Bat Rider with the Flame Break.
Yeah, but I did not realize Ancient Apparition could do that. I just learned something new today.
You learn something from every game, Mr. LD.
That's why I always when Twitch chat flames, it's like, you guys know you don't know everything, right? But they think they do. That's the adorable part about it. Even we don't know everything, Winter. It's all a mystery. Well, not all of it, but some of it anyway.
Yeah, you will always have something to learn. It never ends. And if you look at the trade-off at the moment, the safe lane is almost dead even as well. But I feel that if this stays stagnant, going into the mid game, the Shadow Fiend and Lifestealer is going to be much stronger as long as they get farm on both heroes and they have BKB on both heroes. And it will be up to Newbee to control them in the fights with the lane and bottom lane.
Bottom lane. I missed the beginning of this, but we're going to catch the end now as Demons. He tries to run to the left, wants to stay away from the gyrocopter.
Dead, I think.
Is there a sleep? No mana for Nightmare. No, he's safe.
Oh, no, there's a storm coming in.
Oh, the storm, but he's not in range. A storm is coming, but very slowly. Not level 6. Okay.
The dual lane actually hurt him a lot. Usually at solo mid, you have level 6 by 4.5, 5.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes. Normally you're like 6.5, almost like getting close to 7 even.
Yeah, that was a really, really good play by the Clock, managing to escape there.
And it was a lot of wasted time. The storm wasted his time. He's gonna bottle Crow in the end, but the supports, level 3 on Banana and level 2 on King J. You compare that to the enemy Rubik, he's hit level 4, and the Ancient Apparition 3, and they're also going to be able to stake some experience from the jungle if they want to. Look at the jungle.
This is a happy jungle for Shadow Fiend.
He already cleared, looks like he already cleared that stack, but I guess there was a triple stack at both camps.
Yeah, there was a triple stack at both camps. Oh, he's going to get so much from this, and A, meanwhile, just hanging around middle, taking experience when the Shadow Fiend is jungling. They're gonna get a lot out of this because like Newbee currently their 2 supports need to get levels from killing heroes. They can't really kill stacks that efficiently.
Yeah, I mean, sure they've got this Alk, and we've seen like when Vichigami runs it, it'll be super solo mid. He'll max acid spray and he'll just stack ancients and farm them. But it's a level 1 acid spray. You can't really do that.
Oh, I've seen teams they play Alchemy solo mid. They get a Grievous Grid, 1 point in Grievous Grid early, and they just keep farming with the acid and the Grievous Grid. They just play him like a core, like a safe lane.
Right.
He's in middle.
Yeah, that's kind of how Vici likes to run him.
But they do not take. I don't think they take 1 point in Grievous Grid at all. Early on.
The other thing that I think is also going to favor CIS here is that Demons has not abandoned the lane. Shaowait's just gone into the woods, and he is going to get a fast blink, but that means that Lifestealer's uncontested. He'll be free farming, and during that time they can also look to push this tower, perhaps, if they'd like.
I don't think he would have made any difference though in the lane as well against the Lifestealer. It's better off for him right now at this point to try his best to get his blink as soon as possible before the Lifestealer tries to do something with the clockwork.
Okay.
Like invest into the hookshot. Before that timing comes, the Batrider has to make his move.
Yeah, no, but it's more that they didn't have anyone here. But now they send King J, so now somebody gets experience off the lane.
As long as they don't waste the lane, like you mentioned, it's alright. They're just going to be able to wait for the Blink Dagger more efficiently with the supports getting levels from top. As long as they don't die, it's alright. And if you look at CIS heroes, they can't push your towers that quickly, so it's alright for them to abandon the lane and just leave the supports there.
Yeah, only really the Shadow Fiend who could do it, and he's not even that fast.
He's actually moving with the Rubik smoke, the Shadow Fiend. Wow, this is not what I expected.
You can't gank him if he's ganking you. That's the idea here, I guess.
But yeah, he's actually the only one that can pick off the gyro.
Level 4 raises. Level 4 raises are out.
The Rubik has to be in front.
They're ready. They've got a hookshot here. It's gonna fly, and he whiffs it.
Okay.
Oh, they should not go now. I don't know about this. This looks very risky. I mean, there's a lot of heroes probably sitting on TPs.
That was a really good idea to try there. There was actually a good chance for that gang to succeed, but just too bad the hook missed.
I like how they're just giving Ancient Apparition levels, though. Yesterday we saw, I think it was Fenrir on Ancient Apparition. He was just so underleveled. This is much better from CIS.
Because of the Prophet, he didn't really go into the jungle early to free up space for the supports. But this game looks like the Shadow Fiend going into the jungle and the Shadow Fiend joining the Rubik for smoke gang, so the Ancient Apparition gets a lane to farm.
Yeah, and at this point we'll see him just go back. I don't think he'll get the double sec, or maybe he'll just get it.
Maybe he will. I think he will.
Oh, he's gonna get it again. This is so crucial. It helps make up for that failed gank. It really does.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
In fact, he said he went for that, and he's still even with the gyro. 56 CS. Sure, some of them are jungle creeps, but you look at the net worth, and he's ahead. Or even, basically.
Yeah, they're about even. I wouldn't... it's like 30 gold. It doesn't really matter too much.
Blink Dagger, though. Now, this is the key. The first hook fails. Will the first Batrider lasso...
I doubt the first Blink lasso will fail this time.
Well, they've also got the Storm to initiate, so it's so easy. Just zip in, pull him, and then Blink lasso.
Did he just pick up some HP items? He needs more HP to survive this.
Treads, he doesn't have his Ogre Club yet. He's not
I thought
that
he had the
far.
Ogre Club. Yeah, I thought he had the Ogre Club.
Yeah, they don't have any towers.
He might survive if he has like 1.1, 1.2k HP.
Yeah, 960 is just a bit short, but this smoke is just not working for Newbee, because CIS, they know the Blink's probably out by now. They've got good wards mid.
They actually failed the gank.
They like just felt it coming. That's exactly the right word for it. Well, both teams fail their ganks in different ways, I guess. And they're still going to sit mid.
It's more damaging for Newbee because the other ones with the more aggressive lineup, Bat and Storm, and enemy has Shadow Fiend and Lifestealer, more farming orientated.
Moo's on the prowl. He's got an invis and a double damage. He could solo kill the Shadow Fiend.
Shadow Fiend is in trouble.
He could just solo kill him right now. It doesn't need to wait. He might wait for his team, but there's really no reason to. Just go get the kill. They want to get both, and one will fall. This will be a zip away, and then the Ancient Apparition. It'll be a double kill here for Moo. No questions asked. Actually, the last tick going to Shoei.
He didn't even use his double damage. He didn't even need it.
What the hell, man? I don't know. Should have used that and saved his mana.
Yeah.
But hey.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he was sure that he could have gotten the kill and he wanted to save the DD for the next gank.
They're gonna defend this. They don't have. Oh, they do have Ancient Apparition ult. He just got it as he died. This could be the time to kill off that Storm.
1 second. Yeah, he's sending his ultimate towards middle lane.
They're gonna go on Moo. They just need to hook him right as the Ancient Apparition ult comes in. It flies through. The hook's gonna fly, and out comes the Lifestealer. Moo tries to zip away. Not enough damage yet. Now they'll go for banana instead. Defensive sleep. They just can't get Moo, though. That's the kill they really wanted.
They didn't have enough. I felt that he might not have needed to use his battery assault on top lane. They picked off the Rubik as well with the first blink Lasso.
Yeah, just caught the Rubik's body hitting the deck there, but...
Yeah, I was thinking that he didn't actually need to activate his battery assault. What could have been better for him, it was like after the hook shot, run in front and just use the power cogs to knock the Storm back.
They'll sleep up the Lifestealer here. Double damage rune. It's online for Moo, though it wears off now.
He just got his Fiend's Grip. As soon as they took out the last range creep. Otherwise, he could have gone on the Lifestealer.
There's another smoke up for the for the Batrider as well. Xiao 8 already has the Staff of Wizardry. He's been very effective this game, 2-0. He did a good job in the offlane, and he didn't die. He farmed well, and he's been very damaging with his movements.
Yeah, I feel like the Batrider initiation at the moment is just much stronger than the Clockworks one.
Yeah, it's just the Clockwork jumps in and then sits there and is in a really bad position to be killed, whereas the Batrider just jumps in and pulls you to a good position where he doesn't have to risk as much.
Yeah, the thing is, the Clockwork is better at picking up supports alone because Battery Assault does more damage than the Batrider combo, but Batrider is just in general much better to start the fight off with.
Well, there's a smoke now from CIS, and they start pinning Roche. They're worried about it. You actually do have to be with Shadow Fiend, but now he shows himself top, and there should be no questions about that. Now they'll defend. Grip's online.
Oh, they're coming, but
Storm's here.
They're gonna be able to make it. They're gonna be able to make it. The Rocket Flare is gonna scout out the bat behind.
Oh, he didn't use the smoke yet. And now, even if they smoke, this will be fairly obvious. And CIS are also here with their smoke, so 5 top. This could be a mistake.
This fight is actually might go either way.
They'll zip in. They go on the lifesteal, but he rages right away. And Moo's forced to zip out, pretty much out of mana now. They drop the lasso on the backside, pulling in the Shadow Fiend, who drops low. A lot of AoE damage. The Flak Cannon cleaning everybody up, and Moo leaps forward. And now they'll bring out Junjun. That's 4 dead. It could be 5. Demons, the lone survivor. It looked like it was just the gyro. I didn't get the gyro ult animation, but it looked like it did a lot of damage there, along with the Flak Cannon.
His barrage and everything he has did so much damage there. The start of the fight actually looked really, really bad for Newbee. Once the Batrider went in, he got lifted by the Rubik, and the Clockwork actually got the Bane as well. So both of their main disablers can't really do anything at that point. But the gyro arrived at the last moment of the fight, dropped his spells, and they just won the fight after that.
You know, it doesn't seem like the right way for CIS to play their lineup. Their lineup's good at getting pickoffs.
There was also one other issue, LD. The Shadow Fiend didn't get his ultimate. Instead, he went for the Aura.
But it's like you can't rely on his ult when he doesn't have BKB, right?
Yeah, I know, but there was like a lot of chances for him to cast his ultimate in the fight. Oh, he's gonna get sleeped here.
Is there grip? Yes, there is, but it's stolen immediately. And now Banana,
no.
the turnaround comes. He's gonna get raised down. Cocky play. I mean, they've got this one ward here, but they don't have no idea.
He saw the Shadow Fiend on the high ground. He thought the Shadow Fiend was alone, and the supports were in the trees, and his teammates, the Bane's teammates, were nearby. So he was like thinking that he could just hold him there, and his team would be, because he has a Storm nearby. It's easy for the Storm to get there, but there was just too many backup there.
I just think that's a really low percentage play when you've got your tier 1 up mid for the Dire. You know, it's just too easy for them to react.
Because like the ward scouts up the whole side of it. Like he saw no one there. That's the thing that tempted him to go in.
Call down the lasso in the Shadow Fiend. There's a Cold Feet and an H Apparition ult. It blows up Xiao 8. The BKB's up on the Gyro. Something stolen here by the Rubik. It's Rocket Barrage. Not ideal. Shadow Fiend falls. And Gyro, king of this battle. Hao just driving them all back. The stun latches again onto Io. Hao and Moo back in action. Doing what they do best, which is just blowing fools up. And now they're going to march forward. This is just looking really hard for CIS to take the fights.
Yeah, after the first fight at top, it's already getting really difficult. The thing is because of BKB on the Gyro and no BKB on your Shadow Fiend. That's like the biggest difference here. Even though like both sides doesn't have a mech, I think the BKB is going to be the most important thing for them.
Orchid's online. Grip's cooling down. And the Bat's got the Force Staff soon. Wow. This is real trouble.
Means that Shadow Fiend and Lifestealer has to be really safe when they're farming.
Yeah, Shadow Fiend is close to BKB, but this is where I feel like CIS should be just split pushing. Like, don't try to force the fights mid or defend. Just go push top and bottom, farm your woods, maybe bait somebody. Like, it's not to their advantage to just sit 5 mid and try and take a direct clash.
It was alright before.
Right,
Now,
before.
now it's really difficult. But if they try to speed push, there's always, Storm and Bat Rider is not a very good idea too. And they don't have the best supports to defend the carries from getting ganked by Storm and Bat Rider.
Well, this lifesteal is also slowed down a lot. He's sitting at 0-1 and 2, and although his CS is still good, his item progression just doesn't feel that impressive. They have only the one tower. I guess that's a big issue. There's 2 up for Newbee.
He teleported to help the fights as well, and they didn't really win the fight, so it wasted a lot of his time.
A lot of it, Winter, I feel like, is whenever you draft Lifestealer, you really need a good vehicle. And Clockwork's just like an okay vehicle. He's no Bat Rider.
Not reliable.
He's definitely not a Storm or a Puck.
Yeah, he can be a very far-range initiator, but it's not as reliable as a Storm or a Puck.
And I also feel with Clockwork, he just doesn't do damage fast enough. Like, Puck and Storm do damage really quickly. Clockwork, better over a long period of time, but you just want to surgically pick one off and retreat out before they even have a chance to react.
The thing is, his stun goes through BKB. That's like the best thing about his stun.
Right. We'll see a smoke gank here from Newbee. The Storm gets spot out. He's got a double damage rune up on Mu, along with the Orchid. This is a very dangerous clash. CIS do not want to fight.
He can kill 5 heroes if they start a fight here.
Yeah, he's just got to use his mana wisely, but he definitely can. And especially with this gyro, the gyro's going to bring everyone low to begin with.
They are next to each other.
They're so close. They are literally just out of range. They saw that little sliver right there.
The Award actually spotted the rotation of the Shadow Fiend into the jungle, and Shell 8 is already rotated towards bottom lane, anticipating that they might just come down here to try and push the tier 1.
The Director seems to be just picking up steam a bit. We'll see a rocket fly on top. Mu will take the last hit on the tower, and all of a sudden, Mu 4-0 and 5. The team's got 10 kills. Your Gyro's 4-0 and 3. I feel like we've been praising supports a lot more lately, but this is a game where the cores are doing a lot of work for Newbee. And along with that Xiao 8 Bat Rider as well.
Yeah, and just look at the vision they previously had one vision on the lane at top as well, and another one here. So they basically see almost the whole whoever is going into the jungle for CIS. The other one just expired.
Oh, but they've got a new one here now, so.
Oh, Shadowfin. He's dead.
Solo killed by Mu. I didn't even get the initiation, but it's just, what is he going to do without a BKB?
Yeah, he just overstayed there. The Shadowfin just, he just couldn't have run down so far down the lane against the Storm.
Smoke shot, mid lane, there's a Lifestealer bomb, and suddenly something stolen from King J. There's a Gyrocopter ult, does decent damage, and he stole Acid Spray. Not too shabby, actually. Acid Spray is a pretty good spell for this lineup.
Yeah,
but it's no cooldown or feature.
They can go for a rush with the Acid Spray.
Oh, that's true. But another death for the Shadow Fiend bottom. I mean, he'll finally get BKB, but now it's where Gyro is getting closer to his first damage item. He's got an Eagle Horn up, Eagle Song, and Mu hits hard, especially with a DD rune if he finds another.
There's also another problem, even though he gets his BKB. If he farms, the Storm comes in and what? You pop your BKB and he zips out. And they push a tower.
Yeah,
you can't defend.
Yeah, right. Like, what do you do against that? They're baiting this a bit, but they're baiting it with Ancient Apparition, who cannot directly stop the dive.
And they actually he actually showed his face in the lane too. They know
it's
there's
daytime.
support.
Invis bottom.
Huh. They're gonna give this to the Bat maybe, or the Storm. Yeah. The Bat has a gem now. This is a time where the Bat is gonna be controlling the whole map already. It's gonna be very tough for them to speed push. They need to try either get a rush or try to pick off somebody.
And he's got a gem too.
Yeah, otherwise CIS can't really farm outside the lanes anymore. They're gonna be stuck in their quarter of the map.
And they will get out-farmed heavily. This Newbee lineup flash farms very quickly at this stage of the game. Here comes the smoke though.
They just can't afford to lose another fight anymore. They need to find something to be able to let them prolong the game. So that
the smoke's gonna be broken now. Mu's here. Mu's at the ready. And the CIS just are walking into a world of pain. There's a hook shot forward onto King J, but the Storm comes in from the backside. Requiem gets channeled, baited out. Well done by Mu. And now everybody's retreating. Gyro comes forward. Flack, as well as the Rocket Barrage, just blowing them all up. He chases onto Demons. Will settle for the Bane. But that's it. There's just no more fighting this one. Rolly, silenced up, brought down fast. Another Shadow Fiend with no BKB, nowhere to run. Nothing to do, and honestly, I don't know if it's GG time, Winter, but it's pretty damn close.
Yeah, it's pretty damn close already. They could have just killed the Clockwork as well if they used the lasso on him instead of the other guy, instead of the Lifestealer. He was already gripped up, but it's not that important anymore. They already controlled the whole game at the moment. And CIS, there's only one or two more options left. They must either try to sneak a Roche, or they just try to smoke and pick off somebody.
Yeah, there will be an Ancient Apparition ult that comes through bottom, but Moo just continues to push even through the ult. That's how far ahead he is. 3.7k.
It's very difficult for them to kill a Storm. If you look at, like, this is the main weakness of having Ancient Apparition as a support. You don't have another form of disable. They only have a lift and hookshot. That's it. And hookshot and lift is not very useful in, not very good at locking down a Storm. Not that efficient.
And even if you go back, Winter, to the first gank on him, where they had the Ancient Apparition ult, the Lifestealer bomb with the Clockwork. Imagine if, like, that's a puck or something that's a vehicle for him. That's just an easy kill.
Yeah.
And I don't think Puck was banned, actually, when they went Shadow Fiend.
But if you went for Puck instead of Shadow Fiend, I think it still has other problems.
Yeah,
you are going for
There's a
Lifestealer, only one core, which gets countered by Bane and Bat, and the enemy has, like, Gyro and Storm as their cores.
It also just came back down to, like, just not having quite enough damage. Like, even the Smoke Gank bottom didn't quite work out for them. The Shadow Fiend just got the hook shot missing here. That would have been an easy kill on the Gyro, delaying his BKB, making the Shadow Fiend have a faster one.
I felt like the vehicle for the Lifestealer as a Clockwork isn't that actually that bad. It's just that the execution of CIS wasn't that good since they missed the one or two important chances to kill off the enemy heroes.
It's just a lot easier to mess it up. That's the difference.
Yeah, it's true.
It's pretty hard to mess up Storm.
Chances of you making a mistake with a Clockwork hookshot is much higher.
Well, now they're in a pickle, CIS certainly are. They trail by 10k gold, 14k experience, and Newbee just keeps on farming. Ogre Club now out for Shao 8. He'll work his way towards a BKB. Speaking of BKBs, one completed on Moo, and Newbee with the butterfly line for Gyro. They can continue farming. The mech's up for King J. We'll see how useful it is against this Ancient Apparition, but there's really no rush for them to end the game. They can take it at least another 20-30 minutes if they need to.
They don't need that long. It depends on whether they are confident, actually. I think they can actually end it as soon as they push down the tier 2 at bottom, and they can open up space for the Roshan, and that's about it.
Yeah, just basically pincer them off, drop some wards, and then into the rush you go.
Yeah, that's just the main objective for them right now. They're going to go for the tier 2 at bottom. Another double damage rune. This is the third double damage rune for Storm.
Yeah, to be fair though, he's getting every rune because CIS have no rune control now, so I guess it's inevitable, but the DD rune, really the ideal one.
Here comes the Storm. He's gonna zip up.
Sneaky play from Moo. Dropping Remnants, just giving himself a little extra vision. And we'll see the lane ward go down.
Aegis, double damage, BKB Orchid.
Boy, oh boy. And he's farming heroes. 6-0 and 7. This is like your ideal Storm game. Not just CSing well, but getting kills and not dying. That's perfect Storm play.
Yeah, it's also set up by the lack of disables on CIS. He's gonna try to go on a Shadow Fiend.
Try? There is no try, Winter. There's only do or do not, and this is definitely a do. As in Flame will fall here. No chance. They might get the Bane though. There's a hookshot in from Demon. Brain Sap. We'll keep Banana alive for now. Defensive sleep. Nope, not gonna save him. He'll go down. But Gyro comes in. Tries to go on Demons, who walks right into the cooldown. Not where he wants to be. What was that pull from a billion yards and then some? Moo. Not enough to get the kill though. What was that pull? Oh, he dodges the killing auto attack. He's in the creep. And the lane's pushing. That pull was, that was like a, what was that? That was like a billion yards. That seemed a little questionable.
I would actually think that that's not as bad as sometimes the Shackle shots.
Yeah, not as bad as that. That's true. They'll bring in Rolly with a Blink Lasso. He falls.
Sometimes you see Shackle shots like, it's so far.
Yeah, it's like 800, 900 units it feels like. But I guess some of that usually comes down to the camera angle. Like, it looks longer if it's, like, if there's an elevation involved. You know, because it's Dota.
Yeah, I think the one that happened, the Storm the Storm Vortex that looked so far, it was because like the target was already running behind, but the Vortex already got successfully casted. That's why it looked so long.
Yeah, it's almost like it like rubber bands you back. Like if you're lagging and then the game corrects for the lag and you just jolt back, like heroes just jolt back to where they're supposed to be. I remember that used to happen a lot in Warcraft 3, but
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
for now CIS, they'll give up their tier 2 here, not a whole lot they can do. And now Roche lies open. There's aggressive lane wards. There's a Gyro just confidently strutting up mid. And this will be a quick Roche too. Is he...
Yeah,
no.
they have everything for this Roshan. They are prepared with a gem on the bat, and the tier 2s are down. Vision is up on the bottom lane. There's a ward there, and if CIS just comes in, maybe they just try to steal it with the clockwork. Maybe that's the best shot, I guess.
No, we're taking Roche now. Inflame, with a BKB, they just don't care about him. Like, he just doesn't do enough damage.
Yeah, they take a fight, they lose, I think.
They've got to go for this, though. Hookshot's at the ready. Io's got the Enchant ult, but there's Bat on the move. The hookshot's too late. Whiffs
no.
as well, and that's it. CIS will lose this fight. No questions about that. Moo brings down one. He'll pursue out on the Io, but actually they get June with the lasso and the Fiend's Grip. They're pulling him one way, sucking him from the other, and killing him no matter which direction he turns. While that happens, Hal brings down a third. Man, that was some hate there. Grip and lasso, pulling him in 2 different directions.
That was the second time it happened. The first time was at bottom as well. He got grip and lasso at the same time.
Yeah, Newbee just gonna push through mid now. This
Yeah.
is the end for CIS.
The most crucial thing was just the top lane, the fight at top lane. That one fight just like sealed the deal for Newbee.
Yeah. As well as just that the failed ganks, the 2 failed attempts. One on the Storm mid and one bottom on the Gyro. I feel like if either of those had worked, it might have been a different game too.
Yeah, I feel the more important one is the Gyro one at bottom. That was the more important one.
They'll go in now. On to Ruli. Quickly the Rubik falls. And Inflame could well be next if he sticks around. Lasso's cooling down. Not ready yet. They'll take Rax here. 1 lane for Newbee and a big step for them. They're now 3-1. They take care of business against CIS. They still have some of those bigger names to play in the coming days, but having already beaten LGD, one of those 5 big names, they're in a good position. There's a hook shot through. But to what avail? Moo will fall, but that's only the Aegis, and June just pulled horribly out of position. Now the 3 will try to run him down, while on the flip side of the fight, they leap forward onto Demons, then onto Io. Moo is king, and Io is no match for him. That's GG. CIS tap out.
Yeah, it's just a very well played game really. After they controlled the fight, the game from the top fight, it was just everything done perfectly for them. This feels just like the LGD days where they take control of the game and every single small detail done correctly and they just strangle you.
Winter, I think Newbee looked a lot more solid. Like, this is a lesser opponent in CIS in some ways, but I just felt like their movement was a lot more crisp. They had more efficiency from the offlane. Xiao8 played more solidly. And this is what you expect from Newbee. They should just crush through teams like CIS and DT.
Yeah, I feel like there are still parts of their game like, at the start to improve on. Maybe the rotations by the supports and etc. being more efficient. But all in all, the 3 cores played really well this game.
Well, with that being said, any closing thoughts, my good friend Winter, on this final game?
I want to see Rice King Sniper or Rice King Ursa.
Oh, I don't have the name tags right here. I wanted to redo our Riki Maru combination, but we'll get that sorted out for next game, I guess. Well,
Don't worry, I'll relocate in the next game.
Yes, come to the studio, Winter. We miss you here dearly, but not that you've ever been here, but you're here in spirit anyway. We do have a Malaysian in the house though, so that's Roland, who's actually sitting off camera to my left. But all right, that's gonna wrap up our first match of the day, guys. We've got 3 more coming your way. The next one will be DT versus Vici Gaming, and I believe we've got a bit of a break for this one, about 40 minutes before it kicks off. But for now, I'm LD, he's Winter, we are Beyond the Summit. We'll take a break and we'll come back with more Starladder China Dota action. Day number 4 continues after this. Stay tuned.